Hello. I'm here, hopefully. Hi. I'm a bit late, but let me explain. I was meal prepping for the rest of the week because ramen noodles ain't enough anymore. I have to actually make a sandwich. So, I made tuna and I just meal prepped it real quick. One and done, so that way in the morning, as I'm getting my bagel ready, I can also, like, make myself a tuna sandwich. Boom. How are you guys doing? My back kind of hurts, but I am here. Excuse me, I did not mean to do that. You guys heard? I'm sorry. Hey. As I said before, we are going to take, I'm going to take a personality test while I'm knitting. It's gonna be fun, hopefully. Also, Spooky Scary Sunday, even though it's not Sunday, but, I mean, Corey Kenshin also doesn't upload Spooky Scary Sunday on Sundays, so it doesn't really matter if it's Sunday or not now, does it? Just saying. Corey Kenshin, if you're watching, I'm sorry. You're probably not watching. He's not watching. But, if he were to, I apologize. It's all good fun. I respect you. The Shogun himself. Anyway. Yeah. So hopefully, since I'm not watching the feedback on my computer, I'm just going based off of my phone here. That's how I'll look at the feedback. Hopefully I can do the test on my computer because it is kind of easier than me trying to pull my tablet out and then I have to deal with multiple devices, like so many more devices. Sorry, my glasses are really dirty. I need new glasses, but my insurance didn't go through yet. Excuse me. I got hired in at my job, but the insurance stuff didn't quite go through yet, so I gotta wait just a little bit longer. I can still see, so that's fine. I'll just deal with these old things. And then, you know, once that goes through, I'm gonna treat myself to some nice fancy glasses. What I might do is I'm thinking about getting 2 different pairs, like getting one from the place that I'm gonna get the exam done at, and then also ordering a pair because I found this website where they make glasses frames. They make the frames based on your like they have certain designs for each horoscope, however you want to say it. So that looks fucking cool. I looked at the Sagittarius one because I'm a Sagittarius, and yeah, it looks pretty dope, and I want to buy it. And then they have like different, like you can just put your like information in, and like to actually have it like be prescriptive glasses, and that's fucking cool. And then like you can also add other stuff like the non-reflecting on the glasses, so instead of you guys seeing my screen, you guys would actually see my eyes. Wouldn't that be cool to see my eyes instead of me going like this, or me like getting out of the way like this? You know, I could actually look forward and you guys would see my eyes still. Wouldn't that be cool? And then also like they have this other thing that they can put in the glasses to where like lights won't like it won't glare as much. It won't really like it won't cause eye strain. Driving at night sucks for me because my eyes get really strained. So yeah, imagine going from the back road where there's not many lights to all of a sudden having to get on the highway or the freeway where there's headlights everywhere. It's not fun. I panicked. I straight up panicked. So, trying to avoid that. I'm gonna try and get better glasses, but all in due time. All in due time. For now, we are going to knit. And, like I said yesterday, in case you guys were not here, I knitted over the weekend. I apologize, but in my defense, we're behind. So, I was trying to catch us up as much as I could, and I think I did a pretty good job. We're on March 30th. And I will show you the progress of that in just a second. The temperature that day was 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Do what you will with that information. You can go ahead and Google what that is in Celsius or Kelvin if you guys so choose to do so. And the color will be, and I got a story about this, right? Okay, so I put eggplant, right? Here's the thing. It's actually this color. So this whole time, when I would say plum, or every time I would say eggplant, it's actually plum. And I'll explain more in just a second. Where else am I at? The pattern is in Pearl Knit Pearl. Oops. Pearl Knit Pearl. Alright. And we are good. Now, to explain more on what I mean by it's not actually eggplant, right? Because okay. Will it focus? Come on, focus. Okay, it says plum, right? It also says eggplant. So, yeah. Yeah, I think like the eggplant is something completely different, right? Or it's like a different, or it might not be completely different, but it might mean eggplant somewhere else. But in America, it's plum. So, whole time I was using the other one. because the reason why I figured that out, well, because I was trying to look for the color called eggplant and I couldn't find it. And then I was like, well, this one looks pretty similar to what I've been using. And then I noticed that it says eggplant, but it also says plum. And I'm like, you know what? That actually might be plum. And this whole time I just assumed it was eggplant. Came home. In fact, it is the same purple I've been using. Okay, so here's another example, right? Here's another example, because I had to buy more green and purple, which is exciting. Because we're getting more colors in, but... Okay. Can you focus? Come on, focus. Come on, buddy. I know you can do it. Come on. Come on. Quit focusing on my face. It's not going to. You're gonna be stubborn about this, aren't you? Of course you are. There you go. So it says eggplant down there, right? See eggplant right above the acrylic? Green Lagoon. I don't know, man. But, alas, everything got solved. I'm still using the same exact colors that I said I was going to use. And we're gonna continue. Now, before I even get started on all of this, time to show you progress that I've had. I actually have to adjust the camera and stand up this time. It's getting there. Definitely getting to that point. I'm gonna have to start standing up and going back. What color are we on again? Plum, so I'm gonna have to cut this off anyway. Unless I, like, stopped midway. Please don't tell me I did. Did I actually? No, I didn't. I did not. Wait, no, I did not. I didn't. Because we're on purling. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. My scissors are still over where I was at. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Ah! The yarn did fall. Alright. What did I do over the weekend that was... I found another way, yet another way to change colors without it looking too weird, and I can't remember how I went about it. Ah, I think I know what I did. Pull this up. Okay. Tie this. Ooh, didn't give myself enough leeway. Yikes. Yikes. Big yikes. Adjust the camera. There we go. The blanket. I'll even turn this light on. Maybe it'll help a little bit. I mean, it kind of did, but like not really. Yeah. This is what I worked on. I really like the blue. Like, we're actually seeing different colors here, and it's cool. What's going on in here? Ah. Bam. Isn't it cool? It's getting there. It's getting to that point. So, like, touching the floor, right? It goes up to my hip. It's a skirt. It's a skirt on me. But, yep. That's how big this blanket's getting. It's turning into an actual blanket. Right now, it's just like, you know, just like a lap blanket. As most would say, you know. But, yeah, that's where we're at. So, we're gonna need smoke, eggplant, some green. Let me grab the eggplant. Eggplant! Why do I keep doing that? I need to change it. It's not eggplant anymore. It's plum. Adjust the camera again. There we go. Ah. So, it's just plum. Is there another? There is not. It's plum. Ha! Oh, it almost spelled out wasp. So EP is now just P. Because this is the way that I have it on my list, right? It won't actually show, will it? Of course not. Of course it won't. Camera, please. Please, camera. Please, camera. But anyway, I abbreviate it. I abbreviate the color. That way I know what color I'm using, I know what pattern I'm doing. And then when I'm done, I just check it off, which is why up here it's kind of faded, and then this is kind of brighter, because I make it so that it's like a checklist, so once I'm done with it, it'll check off. It is currently raining, so before I start knitting and doing this personality quiz, and hopefully the internet doesn't take a massive dookie, I'm going to get the doggo. Be right back. We'll get started. I promise. Hi. Hi. My chair likes to fart. It's not me, I swear. See, it'll do its thing and then it'll move on. Okay? Excuse me. Alright. Alright, so I should be fine. Again, if I miss any chat messages, I apologize. Complete disclaimer. Because I'm not watching, I don't have OBS and the Twitch feedback on my computer anymore. Because the computer can't handle it. So, it's just OBS that I'm relying on here. So if I don't answer you, I'm not ignoring you. I just probably didn't see it. Because your message probably went through as OBS was trying to update and like update the chat, or you know, where my lotion. I don't know where my lotion is. Well, team dry hands, because I don't feel like going. I don't feel like getting back up. So we are using plum. Once I cast that on, we'll start the quiz. Do, boom, 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 boom. Get this shit out of my way. That way I don't have shit falling off. There we go. Alright, we are ready to knit. Maybe I need to move the camera down just a little bit more. Can I even do that? I can. Aha. That works for me. Alright, so we are purling, which is this side. Right, so. Now the personality test is like a scientific personality test, like all those abbreviations and stuff. I'm not quite sure what they all mean, but the test that I'm using is it's called 123test.com/personality test. Also, if you Google personality test, it's the link that has 5-star rating on it. Like it's the second link that pops up besides Like there's the ad and then there's the website link. The one that has 5-star rating. That's what I'm using. So if you guys want to test out that personality test yourself, go ahead. But these answers will be based on me, because I will be answering them. And you guys are just along for the ride. I hope you enjoy. But yeah. I don't know what questions they're going to ask, so if it becomes too personal, I'm obviously not going to answer it. I'm just going to be like, well, I'm going to answer it on the computer, but I'm not going to answer it to you. To you, the chat, because it's a little too personal. Okay. Let's cast this on and then we'll get started. Curl away. Wee. Hello, Revies. How are you doing, Revies? And 5. Revy, no. I just let you in because it's raining. And she's throwing a fit. She's like, let me out. I hear you. I hear you, doggo. You're huffing and puffing over there. She's like, no. I want to be all dirty and gross. She ran off and pushed Brandon's door open. Okay. So we're gonna move the yarn around so that it's not technically in my way anymore. So I can read. There we go. Okay. So, first question is, I'm a warrior. Now this, I didn't explain the premise of how this exam is. So, there's 5 answers to each statement. It's not a question, it's more of a statement. And you have to, you're rating it based on how much you agree with said statement. Right? So, with the lowest being strongly disagree, and the highest being strongly agree. The middle one is obviously your neutral. I'm going to try my hardest not to go neutral all the time, but I can't guarantee anything. Okay? So the first statement is, I am a worrier. So like, I worry too much. And I feel like I agree, but I don't strongly agree. Right? So like, I do worry a lot. Like, I second guess myself a lot, and it makes me worry. When I second guess myself, it like brings me this feeling of worry that I fucked up, or, you know. So I do worry a bit, but not a lot to where I'm like, you know. I make friends easily. I would say I strongly agree with that. I don't really speak unless I'm spoken to, but once I like get comfortable, then it's like, it's easy. It is quite easy to make friends though, for me, even though I'm quiet and introverted. So I'm gonna say strongly agree. I have a vivid imagination. I'm gonna say agree, simply because I have so many things going on in my head that, like, sometimes I can draw them out, other times I can't, and sometimes it's vivid, other times it's like completely vague. Usually the only time my imagination is super vague is when I'm dreaming. When my dreams become super vivid, it's fucking crazy as hell. It's so like... So, yeah, I want to agree that I have a vivid imagination. I trust others. I want to say neutral. I want to say neutral to trusting others, because I get a little bit paranoid over certain things, so I don't want to blindly trust people. So I'm gonna put neutral. I'm aware of how much trust I can put in someone. Like, you're generally, I'm going to trust that you won't fucking, you know. I'm gonna put in my general amount of trust that you're gonna treat me like a human being, kind of thing. But, like, I'm not gonna put too much trust in you so that way you take advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? And then, obviously, the more I get to know you, the more I get to build that trust with you, and... But, yeah. I'm gonna put neutral for trusting others. I complete tasks successfully. I want to say strongly agree. Because once I'm given a goal, I don't really like to give up on it unless it's like I've tried everything. The only time I give up is if I'm like, I've tried everything I could and it's still not working. I'll take a break, come back, it's still not working. Maybe this isn't for me. And then that's when I give up. But I do complete tasks that I'm given successfully. I want to say. I get angry easily. I want to say agree, but not strongly agree. I get mostly irritated or angry when, like, technology isn't really going my way. And in this day and age, technology is all around you, so that's why I say I get angry easily. But should I base that statement on just on technology, or just in general? Am I an angry person? I think I'm gonna go with that second one. Do I get angry easily in general? The answer is no. So I disagree. Not even neutral. I disagree. I really enjoy large parties and gatherings. If it's people I know, yeah, to an extent. If it's people I don't know, hell no. I'm gonna assume that I know these people. It's a neutral feeling, right? I enjoy hanging out with people, but my social battery dies a lot faster if it's a large group. So I'm gonna go neutral. I just enjoy gatherings and parties. It doesn't have to be a huge party, so that's why I put neutral. I mean, if I get invited to them and I know these people, you know, obviously I'm gonna go, and it's like I enjoy myself, but my social battery is gonna die in like 3 hours. You know, but if it's like a small gathering and everything, then I can go all day just hanging out with like 2 people all day long. I think art is important. I would strongly agree with that one. Art is expressive, so it's good for people to express themselves, unless they don't want to, then, you know, by all means. But art is a form of expression, I think. So some people might not understand the type of art that you make, but who cares? As long as it's what you wanted, and that's all that matters. Art is important. To some people, but to me it is. I sometimes deceive others to get my own way. I strongly disagree. I don't deceive others. I don't like things to be a mess. I like to tidy up. Here's the thing. I love when I have things organized and tidy, but I'm a very... like, I like to keep things organized, especially at work, and especially with my streams. But in all reality, my bedroom's a fucking mess right now. Like, it's pretty bad. I don't like things to be a mess. I hate the fact that my room's a fucking mess. I hate the kitchen's a mess. The kitchen's a mess. Everything's a mess. But, and I hate it, but I get so tired. Excuse me. Speak of the devil. I get really tired after work. So, you know, I don't want to go to work, come home, and then do more work. So, certain things don't get done at the house, and that's where I spend my weekends, hopefully. Either that, or I just spend the weekends knitting and watching Catfish all weekend, because I want to relax. So yeah, I don't like things to be a mess. And I like tidying up. I like when I actually go full, like, spend a full day and just clean. I love doing that. But I've also done some research and found out that that's simply called a manic episode. Oopsie. I often feel sad. Let's see. Depression. I wouldn't say I often. I would say yes, I agree, but I don't strongly agree. I feel like strongly agree is like, oh yeah, all the time. But agree is like, I do often feel sad, but sometimes I can handle it, and other times, like, I literally fucking can't. Strongly agree means that I can't handle it ever. And that's how it used to be. Now I kind of got a little bit of control over it, which is nice. I'm very happy for myself. I like to take charge of situations and events. What do you think, Brandon?
Yes.
I like to take charge of situations and events. He said yes at first, and I repeated the question, and he said, no, you don't. That's very true. He's right. He knows me so well. I would hope so. He's been with me for 7 years, so. I experience deep and varied emotions. Brandon, can you answer that for me? I'm gonna test that. Test you on that. I experience deep and varied emotions.
Oh.
No, you don't think so? Are these all your answers gonna be no? At least he's honest. He's honest.
You don't experience varied emotions.
That's true.
Experience deep emotions, but they're the same like every time.
So I'm gonna put just disagree, not strongly disagree.
Oh.
Because I experience deep emotions, I don't experience varied. If I put strongly disagree, I'm taking that as I experience both. If I just put disagree, I just experience like one of them. I love to help others. Strongly agree. What do you mean not even? You liar. I love helping others. I love helping other people. Can I help you?
Oh,
Ah! cold.
I'm gonna eat your
Sorry. Sorry, headphone users. I apologize.
I'm gonna.
No. I always keep my promises. I do. I don't make promises I can't keep. Do I make... How often do I make promises, actually? I don't. I don't really make promises that much, which means when I do make a promise, you know damn well that I'm taking that shit seriously. Which is true. I always keep my promises. I find it difficult to approach others. Absolutely. Strongly agree. I am always busy, always on the go. To some people, I am always busy and always on the go, but in reality, I think I want to say I'm always busy, but I'm not always on the go. Maybe that's just the phrase of always busy. But I am always busy throughout the day. I prefer, well, I mean, I'm doing a pretty good job and not selecting neutral. I want to say. I prefer variety to routine. I prefer a routine, honestly. So I'm going to say strongly disagree. Or just disagree. I mean, I'm okay with variety every now and then to like change it up a bit, you know? But eventually that variety is going to turn into my routine. So I love a good argument of fight. Don't like arguing. In fact, I hate it. I hate arguing with people. I don't know what a good argument is. Like, a good fight. I don't understand that. I'm gonna put disagree. I work very hard. Strongly agree. I will overindulge at times. Is it wrong that I don't know what that word means? If I have to ask, probably means that there's something wrong if I don't know what that word means. Hi, Revies. What is overindulge? Have too much of something enjoyable. What? Overindulge. I will overindulge at times. Honestly, I agree. I do overindulge at times. It doesn't mean that I always do it. It just means that I sometimes do it. I do. For example, well, the example that Google told me was, food. Have too much of something enjoyable, especially food or drink. It's easy to overindulge in these kinds of foods. I will overindulge on, in like ramen noodles, and then for like 6 months, perfect example of what's going on right now, and now I'm like, can't fucking stand eating ramen noodles now. I love excitement. I do, but I'm mostly tired, so I'm just gonna put agree. Sort of strongly agree. I don't like overexcitement. I'm just like, okay. I enjoy reading challenging books and articles. I don't understand what that means. I'm gonna hit disagree because I don't read. I haven't read in a while. I believe that I'm better than others. Strongly disagree. I'm no better than the rest of anybody else. I'm not better than the next person next door to me. Like, we're all human. Trying to do our best. I'm always prepared. As much as I would love to be prepared, sometimes I am not. Maybe I should put agree. Most of the time I am prepared. I panic easily. Strongly agree. I panic so easily. I'm a really cheerful person. I'm gonna put agree. Some days I'm not. Some days I'm just like straight-faced, not wanting to talk. I want to say I'm cheerful on my good days, which is usually. I tend to support progress and reform. Strongly agree. I sympathize with the homeless. Agree. I mean, I put agree and not strongly agree because it's not like I don't cry about it, is what I mean. I sympathize with them, you know, like I feel bad. I know I don't look at them any less than me. But I'm not gonna, you know, if I'm like on the way to work and I see somebody that's homeless, I'm not gonna cancel my plans to go to work to. I know that sounds like a douchebag thing to say, but I'm over explaining why I put agree and not strongly agree. I'm very spontaneous. I act without thinking. I want to say strongly disagree. I like to think before I do something. I fear for the worst. I want to say neutral. Because it's not like I don't fear for the worst all the time. But every now and then, usually when I'm going through my depressive episode is when I fear the most. Is when I fear for the worst the most. Because I'm like depressed and then I'm like at the same time panicking because I'm depressed and I don't know what brought it on and I'm like trying to figure out what's going on and I feel comfortable around people. You gotta finish that statement there, bud. I don't feel comfortable around strangers. I feel comfortable around people I know though. So I'm gonna go with disagree. Because depending on by people, I'm assuming they mean like strangers. Like just random people on the street. Like if there's like a crowd of people, you're comfortable around them. I'm not. I'm not gonna put strongly agree. Like I'm not like strongly agree and strongly disagree. It's like I'm putting like full on like I don't feel comfortable around people. I panic when I'm surrounded by people. Like that's what I mean. I feel comfortable around people, being strongly agree, like I just don't care. That not that I just don't care, but like I'm very comfortable with being surrounded by a bunch of people. Like I'm super nervous around people in general, people that come to my house for the first time. I'm super nervous. Like and it's very well like shown on my face. It's very well shown on my face. I enjoy wild flights of fantasy. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Wild flights of fantasy, huh? Part of me is like, man, I'm flying through this. Other time, but at the same time, I'm like, there's 120 questions and I'm on question 33. So, I don't think I'm getting that far. I will like pause for a minute and knit. But yeah. backtracking to the homeless thing, I don't really mean to sound like a dick. I do sympathize with the homeless. That's what I mean by, like, strongly agree and strongly disagree. If I was strongly disagreeing with sympathizing with the homeless, I picture that to be like, I don't even care that they're there. You know, like, I see them and it fucking disgusts me. That's not what I'm saying, by the way. That's what I mean by, like, strongly disagreeing that I sympathize with the homeless. Strongly agreeing that I do means that, to me, means that I'm going to drop everything that I'm doing because I feel like I have to. I don't feel like I have to drop everything to try and sympathize with the homeless, but I do in fact sympathize them. I just kind of go on about my day. But I do still sympathize with peace and love. I hope that doesn't make me sound like a dick, but I mean, I'd rather be honest than to lie. I don't like lying. I wish I did sleep for only 4.5 hours. That would explain why. Alright, wild. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Wild. Hey, it knew what I meant. An imaginative but unrealistic idea. No one took his campaign for office seriously because his proposed solutions to problems were filled with flights of fantasy. I don't really enjoy wild flights of fantasy. So it's like, it's a good idea, but it's most likely like fake, you know? Like, it's a good, like, I don't really have a good explanation. It means that you enjoy fantasizing or daydreaming. Oh, wait, what? What does it mean if you enjoy wild flights of fantasy? It means that you enjoy... You enjoy fantasizing and daydreaming. I feel like... It's kind of... I'm at disagree. Because my way of daydreaming is like... I don't do it often. Because I can induce myself to daydream. I don't do it often. And when I notice that I'm doing it, I kind of snap myself out of it. The only time that I don't snap myself out of it is if I'm trying to go to sleep. Then I'm like, ooh, this is something that I could really dream up and this would be nice. Like, for example, I have a playlist on my Spotify called Songs That I Would Like to Play at My Wedding. So I'll listen to that and I'll start daydreaming about me and Brandon getting married and, like, us having a great old time and, like, jamming out to music. And so I'll listen to that playlist so I can dream about it while I sleep. In case my insomnia is terrible on me and wants to keep me up like it did yesterday. For some reason, my body was super tired, but my brain was like, you know what? You're gonna stay up and watch a compilation of Ink Masters until 12:44 at midnight. That's what you're gonna do. Hi, baby. Popo. Hi. Hi, you. Hi, yo. I love you too. I do enjoy. I do enjoy. I do enjoy my little daydreams that I have, but they're not really wild. So I'm gonna say disagree. Because I induce them myself by listening to certain songs that will cause me to daydream about something. I believe that people basically have good intentions. I want to say I agree with that. Like, generally speaking, right off the bat, people have good intentions. They just don't know how to go about it. Sometimes. When I do something, I always do it well. I mean, in my own opinion, I want to say, usually I do. I don't always do it well. Some people might disagree, some people might agree. People that know me, by the way, might, you know, have different answers to this as well. But I'm gonna go with agree, because I'm trying to avoid using neutral as much as I can. Usually I do, you know, do something well. I get irritated easily. Wasn't this the same question? So angry and irritated are two different things. Let me scroll back up. Okay, I did put disagree. I do get irritated easily though. Very true. So I'm gonna put strongly, well, I'm gonna put agree, not strongly disagree. Or not, I'm gonna put agree and not strongly agree. Because, while I do get irritated easily, again, it's over technology mostly. So if this was a topic based on just technology, then yeah, I would put strongly agree. But in generally speaking, now that I'm thinking about it, I do have road rage. Really screwing myself over, aren't I? I do have a little bit of road rage, depending on how people irritate the shit out of me when they're driving. Like if they're not using their turning signal. Ugh. They're just at the last minute gonna cut me off and almost cause an accident. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. That's not... what else do I get irritated at? Sometimes I get irritated at stupidity. Because there's the kind of stupidity that's, like, supposed to be funny, and then there's the kind of stupidity that's, like, it's affecting those around you. And it's like... I'm gonna put just agree, right? Because it takes a minute it takes a good minute before I get irritated. It takes a good minute. I don't just immediately get annoyed or irritated. I always chat to lots of different people at parties. What do you mean by different? I don't go to parties. So I'm gonna go with disagree. I go to parties, but not like huge parties where there's multiple different groups. It's all just one group. And we all just hang out. I see beauty in things that others might not notice. Maybe can you stop breathing on my yarn, please? Your breath does kind of stinky. Stinky? That's another word that I noticed that she, like, goes full attention to. Stinky. She's at full attention now. Stinky. Stinky. She went over to the other side and she's staring at me. She's like, what'd you just say to me? Say it again, I dare you. Baby. Hey, baby. She's so cute. She's such a cutie. But I see the beauty in things that others might not notice. Say... I don't usually think about stuff like that. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm trying to really, like, think. Also, I'm tired. Oh no, I'm dropping frames. Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know how long I was dropping frames for. Yikes. I see beauty in things that others might not notice. I'm trying. My brain is not really functioning with this kind of statement because I'm really tired. But just trying to think on it more. What's a good example of that? I'm on the knitting side, by the way. I gotta keep Googling these questions. I don't understand. That others... Everyone asks these questions. Oh, okay. So, like, basically, you, like, for instance, if I said that I love snow, like, majority of people would be like, ugh, disgusting. What are you talking about? Snow is fucking terrible. I hate driving in it. Which I agree. But I love the way the snow falls. I love seeing snow with no footprints in it. It's gorgeous, honestly. So I do see beauty in things that others might not notice. But I do want to say just agree and not strongly agree. It's not literally everything. I wouldn't say, like, I have so many times where I see beauty in things and everyone else is like, really? And it happens every now and then. I don't mind cheating to get ahead. Disagree, if you couldn't tell from my facial expression. I often forget to put things back in their proper place. I wouldn't say I often forget to put it back. I'm gonna disagree with that. I sometimes dislike myself. Strongly agree. I dislike myself. Like, quite often than one would think. I muted myself. I sneezed away from the blanket. Nothing came out. It was great. Oh, I was like, "Oh, just use the sweater." No, that's gross. Mute yourself. Don't peek your mic. Revy, get out of my trash. Oi. Oi. Get out of my trash. She looked up at me with her puppy eyes like, "What?" I try to be in charge to lead others. Disagree. I'm empathetic. I feel others' emotions. I'm gonna say agree, but I don't strongly agree. If you asked me 5 years ago, I probably would have put strongly agree, but I've kind of gotten a little more prone to it. I'm concerned about others. True. I agree. I tell the truth. Strongly agree. I am afraid to draw attention to myself. Strongly agree. I hate getting attention. I really do. It's a little nerve-wracking. I don't like being I don't like it when like multiple people are paying attention to me. It's I mean, it happens every now and then. I mean, you can't help it, but like it's a little unnerving. Just a little. If there's too much of it, then I'm like, okay, guys, quit staring at me. Jesus Christ. I never sit still. I'm always on the go. I'm gonna say disagree. Not strongly disagree, but I'm gonna disagree with that. I can sit still and just chill out for a bit. But eventually, like, if I need to get shit done, I'll be like, okay, get your ass up and get moving. Like, I prefer to stick with things that I know. I disagree, but don't, like, strongly disagree. I'm not making it my life path to, not ass. Life path, thank you. To, I'm not making it my life path to, why is it doing that? Thank you, Google fucking text-to-speech. I don't have a wife, and I was not talking about an ass. I'm not making it my life goal. How about that? Thank you. I'm not making it a life goal of mine to, know everything that I need to know. It'll come in due time. So I'm gonna disagree that I prefer to stick to things that I know, but I'm not gonna strongly disagree. I shout and yell at people. If Jack was here, he would totally say strongly agree, but that's only because it's fun to yell at him. I do it for fun. I give tough love. But in all seriousness, I hate shouting and yelling at people, so I'm gonna strongly disagree with that. We're at question 51. We are kind of flying through this, aren't we? To be fair, I've been live for an hour, so I think we're doing a good time. I rarely overindulge. This is kind of contradictory to what the other question was. I rarely overindulge. I mean, I'm gonna go agree. Because it says I sometimes overindulge, and then this one's like, I rarely do it. So, I sometimes overindulge, but I don't do it as often as you would think. So, I agree. I rarely overindulge. I go out of my way to seek adventure. Disagree. Strongly disagree, actually. I don't really seek adventure. I'm not one of those people. I avoid psychological discussions. Oh, philosophical. That says a lot about myself, doesn't it? I saw P and an L. I saw the letter P and L, and I immediately was like, psychological. What's wrong with me? Philosophical discussions. Honestly, I avoid any discussion. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Philosophical. I think me and Jack Jack were having those kind of conversations earlier today at work. I don't avoid them though. I'm gonna put agree. Or no. Strongly disagree. I don't avoid them. If they come out and it gets brought up, then, you know, I'll put my opinion on it, or I'll just say I don't have an opinion right now. I think highly of myself. Strongly disagree. I get the job done and I get the job dumb. I get the job done and carry out my plans. I want to say, yeah, I do. I get my job done. I strongly agree. I get the job done and carry out my plans. I become overwhelmed by events. What kind of events are we talking about? I want to say agree, because it's like, I do get overwhelmed eventually, but it really depends on the severity of the event. But I don't want to put, that's why I say like it depends, but I don't put neutral, because I really don't want to put neutral. It's so cliche of me. You know what? I think in this particular question, I'm gonna put neutral. Because it honestly, it depends. Like, if by event, if they mean like a wedding event, yeah, I'm not gonna get overwhelmed. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't like fucking panic. If it's a baby shower, I don't panic, you know? But if it's like, I can't think of something, like finding out my mom's in the hospital, like, yeah, I'm gonna be overwhelmed by it. So it's very neutral, it depends. I have a lot of fun. Depending. Honestly, again, it depends on what I'm doing. I try to have fun. That question is kind of like vague. That statement is very vague. And my yarn fell again. I have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. I'm gonna put agree. I have a lot of fun. I do. I have a lot of fun. But I'm not like, not all the time. That wasn't the statement, obviously. I'm just gonna put agree. I believe that there's no absolute right or wrong. I believe there's no absolute right or wrong. I I disagree, but I don't strongly disagree because there are some times that I believe that there is no absolute. Okay. So I'm going to put agree but not strongly agree. That's what I meant. I agree that there is no absolute right or wrong, but then there are some occasions where no, you're wrong, or no, you're right. What you're saying is valid. My favorite song. Yay. It's my favorite song from Stardew Valley. So yeah, I'm gonna put agree that I believe that there is no absolute right or wrong. But the only reason why I'm not strongly agreeing is because there are some gray areas where it is simply as simple as black and white. Like, they were wrong, they were right. There are some of those moments where that happens. But in most cases, there is a gray area. I feel sympathy for those who are worse off than myself. I do. I'm gonna say I feel strongly about it. You know what? I'm gonna go back to what I say about I sympathize with the homeless, and I strongly agree. I do strongly sympathize with the homeless, and I do strongly sympathize for those who are worse off than myself. I do. I sympathize with them. I'm not trying to beat around the bush here. Like, I do sympathize with them. I was overthinking. Whenever that statement comes up, I'm going to put strongly agree, because this is exactly what I'm doing with this test. I'm overthinking what the statement is. I'm like, oh, strongly agree means like this, and maybe I should go back to all the questions. That's not the point of the test, Jenna. But anyway, we're gonna continue. Or should I go back? Fuck it, I'll scroll back. I'm just gonna, like, just scroll through a few of them just to... Revy, stop. On I often feel sad, I'm gonna put strongly agree instead of just regularly agree. Because it does happen. It happens often. I do often feel sad. Whether or not I can control it or not is beyond that. Like, that's not what they're saying. The point is that I do often get sad. So, I'm gonna put strongly agree. I changed it. I'm gonna keep agree on I experience deep and varied emotions. Because I do experience deep emotions, I just don't experience varied. I'm always busy, always on the go. I'm not always on the go, but I am always busy. The majority of the time I am busy. I don't prefer variety over routine. So I'm gonna put strongly disagree. Actually, I'm gonna put that, it's staying at disagree. Because like I said, variety is good. It's good to have a variety every now and then. But, I prefer to stick to routine. And usually the variety part does turn into my routine. So that's gonna stay at disagree. Because it's like, you know, no, I don't prefer variety to routine. But I'm open to it, kind of thing, if I leave it at disagree. I don't love a good argument or a good fight. I just don't like arguing. Which I kept at disagree because it's like, until I know what that is, until I can experience a good argument by myself, it's like, for myself, I meant, that I can't, like, strongly disagree or strongly agree. So for now, I'm kind of, like, neutral, but also, like, I don't like arguing to begin with, so, I just put disagree. Revy. I will overindulge at times, I put agree. But I rarely do it, so I also put that as agree. I love excitement, which is true. I just don't strongly agree with it. Always prepared, panic easily. Really cheerful person. Revy, stop. It is raining outside. You are not going out. No. Go lay down. Do I enjoy the wild flights of fantasies? I'm gonna change that to agree. Because the random times that I do daydream, I enjoy them. I just, you know, I don't enjoy daydreaming all the time. Because sometimes I'm like working and all of a sudden a daydream will pop up because I'm like, I'm doing brainless work at that point and I'm like, no, I'm at work, I can't be daydreaming right now. So I'm only gonna put agree and not strongly agree. So I enjoy them, mostly, but sometimes I don't. I believe that people basically have good intentions. I'm gonna put strongly agree instead of just regularly agree. I don't get irritated easily. I do, but I don't, so that's gonna stay at just agree. I don't mind cheating to get ahead. I strongly disagree. I'm concerned about others. I tell the truth. I'm afraid to draw attention to myself. Never still. I'm always on the go. I prefer to stick with things that I know. I do... Oh, I completely skipped one of them. I do more than what's expected of me. Ha! Strongly agree. Revy, stop breathing on me, please. Can you please go lay down? I love you. I love you so much. You're so floofy. You can't see her. You can see her nose. Look at the nose. Look at the nose. Look at the nose. Hi. Hi, baby. I love you. I love you. She's like, don't put me towards the camera. No. No. Hi. Can you not chew on my hand, please? Hi. No. Stop. Stop. No. Go lay down, please. Go on. Go on. Okay, so we're back to where we're at. We're at question 60. I make rash decisions. I disagree. In fact, strongly disagree. I have dog hair on my sleeve. That came out of her mouth. Can you stop staring at me? I can feel your eyes watching me. It's not a good feeling, Revy. I love you to death, but please stop staring at me. It's creeping me out. I don't make rash decisions. I strongly disagree. I'm afraid of many things. I say as my dog is staring at me. I would say I'm afraid of the unknown, which is I feel like is all in one package, you know? So I'm gonna disagree with that. I'm not afraid of many things. I'm just afraid of the unknown. I'm gonna disagree, but not strongly disagree. Because the unknown can be many things, so. I'm overthinking that statement, of course. I avoid coming into contact with people if I can help it. Not gonna lie. I agree. I avoid going into contact with people. If I have the choice to not deal with people, I'm gonna go for it. But I don't strongly agree. Sometimes I'm like, I want to go see them. I want to go do this because I'll see them. Excuse me. I think that's actually just a neutral kind of answer. Because it really depends on my mood. That's what it really depends on. If I'm like, not in the mood, then yeah, I'm gonna avoid contacting people. So I put that as neutral. I love to daydream. I'm gonna put agree. Because when I choose to daydream, it's nice. I just don't like doing it all the time. I trust what people say. Unless they give me a reason to not trust them, I strongly agree. I trust what people say. I handle tasks methodically. Strongly agree. I frequently lose my temper. Strongly disagree. I prefer to be alone. Neutral. You were just flying through this. Neutral to me preferring to be alone depends on my mood, so I leave that at neutral. Sometimes I just have a really rough day, and sometimes I have a really rough day and I want to be left alone. Other times I have a really rough day and I want to be around Brandon because he makes me feel better. So I prefer to be alone is in the middle. I do not like poetry. I disagree. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't read poetry. Like ever. Unless we're gonna get really specific here and talk about how music is poetry. But if we're not, and this is just a vague statement, I just disagree. I don't not like it. Like it's a form of expression, just like how art is. You know. I dig it. If I feel like if I really got into it, if I gave it the time, then I would probably enjoy it more. But it's just not something that I'm doing right now. It's not something that I'm really focusing on. So I'm gonna put a disagree that I don't like it. I disagree that I don't like it. Meaning I like it, but not love it. You know? Oh. Almost lost the last stitch on the row. Not the last stitch ever, because obviously this is a temperature blanket and this is going to be a year-long project, so we're not going to get the last stitch for a long time. I sometimes take advantage of others. Strongly disagree. Sometimes I leave the place in a mess. My place in a mess? Sometimes I do leave the place in a mess. I will... Well... If I'm at someone else's house, I have the common courtesy to try and clean up my mess. If I do make one. But if I, like... It's neutral. Don't overthink it. It's neutral. Because if we're talking about leaving my place, yeah, I leave it a mess all fucking time. And then I clean it up later. If I'm at someone else's house and I'm leaving, I try and clean up my mess before I leave. Because it's rude. I am sometimes down in the dumps. Strongly agree. I take control of situations. I want to say... I'm gonna say disagree. I don't like taking control of situations. That doesn't mean I don't take control of situations. Oh wait, oh. They were at that, that's what they were saying. That you take control of situations. That they're not saying I like taking control of situations. But I will say I agree. I do take control of situations. Vaguely speaking, I take control of situations. I rarely notice my emotional reactions and feelings. Strongly disagree. I'm very aware of my emotions. I am indifferent to the feelings of others. What does that mean? I am indifferent to the feelings of others. Apathy is a lack of feeling, emotion, interest, concern about something. I disagree. Now, if this was Brandon taking this quiz, he would immediately put strongly agree. I'm kidding. Or am I? I said I'm kidding. Or am I? I'm indifferent to the feelings of... Strongly disagree. I break the rules. Strongly disagree. I only really feel comfortable with friends. Strongly agree. I do a lot in my spare time. Strongly agree. This is exactly why I'm doing this right now. I dislike changes. Disagree, but not strongly disagree. I insult people. Neutral. I'm leaving that at neutral. I'm leaving it at neutral. I do insult people, but not all the time, so I'm leaving it neutral. I do just enough work to get by. Strongly disagree. I easily resist temptations. I easily resist temptations. Strongly agree. It's not hard for me to resist temptation. It's quite easy for me to just go, no, you don't need it. I enjoy taking risks. Neutral. Depending on... I have to be aware of what risks are being taken before I just take the risk. You know what I'm saying? So it's neutral. I have difficulty understanding abstract ideas. I'm gonna go ahead and strongly disagree with that. I do not have difficulty understanding abstract ideas. I have a high opinion of myself. Strongly disagree. The next statement is hilarious. Yeah, high opinion of myself, strongly disagree. I waste my time. Wow. I'm gonna put, I waste my time. Oh, man. Brandon, do you waste your time? My whole life is a waste. You're not helping. I want to say neutral. I don't think I waste my time, but at the same time, like, usually, like, during the weekends, I'm like, God, I'm wasting so much time. I'm not doing anything. So I do feel like I waste my time during the weekends, but not all the time. I feel that I'm unable to deal with things. The laughter of, True. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like that's also neutral. I almost lost a stitch, that's why I stopped. I'm gonna leave that as neutral. I feel that I'm unable to deal with things. Because sometimes, yeah, I feel that way. It's just like, from a general aspect, I don't feel like I'm unable to deal with things. But depending on the circumstances, I do feel like I'm unable to deal with it. So, I'm leaving it at neutral. I love life. Put disagree. All jokes aside, neutral. The feeling's neutral. Because, like I said, I have depression, so, sometimes I do, sometimes I fucking hate it, so. I believe laws should be strictly enforced. Well, this is getting political, isn't it? I'm reading ahead. I really should not be. But I believe laws should be strictly enforced. All of them? All of them? I'm gonna say neutral. Because some of them, yeah, sure, makes sense. You fucking kill somebody, you should go to jail. But, you know, there are some laws out there that it's like, I'm not interested in other people's problems. It's like, it's funny to me because it's like, you guys don't read the messages. You guys are just hearing me read them out to you. So these are all statements. So at face value, someone who might be just joining in, they just hear me say that and they go, bitch! I should probably put that in my title, that I'm also doing a personality quiz. Maybe I should put that in my title. Hold on a second. I'm like super late with it, but fuck it. I'm gonna try to without the computer panicking. I'm gonna try and do it real quick. And hopefully it doesn't separate everything. I don't think it will. Here, we're gonna do taking a personality test. Mustard or ketchup. Sorry. It's stuck in my brain. There. Taking a personality test. It's on the title. So, people that are just joining in, I am not reading. The statements I'm saying are not how I actually feel. I'm just reading them out to you guys because I don't have it on the screen. I already have enough stuff going on the screen. So, yeah. So when I say I'm not interested in other people's problems, I'm reading what the test is saying. And I have to agree or disagree. That's thus why I changed my title. Okay? Explanation is over. We're continuing. We're on question 89. So out of 120. While we knit. I'm gonna say strongly disagree. Because I like being the ear to listen. It doesn't burden me in the slightest, honestly, because I know what that's like to want someone to just fucking listen and not give their opinion. They just want it, basically like shouting into the void, but it's an actual human being. You know, it's just something different about actually speaking to someone, venting out to somebody instead of just out into the void and not knowing who's actually listening to you. Rather than, you know, being like, hey, can I just vent to you? Yeah, no problem. So I disagree. I am interested in other people's problems, but not the way that, but not to the point where like I'm giving my opinion when they don't ask for it. I only give my opinion if they ask for it. Like if they go, hey, what would you do if this happened? You know, or they go, or like I get the vibe that they're wanting my reaction out of it, or they're wanting to know what I think. If I'm not sure, I ask them still. That's just me. Because I know what that's like. So I know what it's like to want to vent to someone, but also not want to hear their opinion. I just need someone to listen. And that's what I go to therapy for. Because I can just say what I feel and she's like, mm-hmm. And then if I want her opinion, I'm like, I kind of need your opinion on this. By the way. So yeah, I'm gonna put disagree. I am interested in other people's problems. Would I put strongly disagree, though? I strongly disagree. I am 100% interested. Well, no. Actually, when I say it that way, it's like, bitch, you're nosy. Like, oh no. I'm not nosy. So, it's just disagree. If they don't come up to me, if they don't approach me, because I'm the kind of, I can't word. I am the type of person that does not speak unless I'm being spoken to. Unless it's like, if I know you already, you know, like if I hung out with you plenty of times already, you know, we've had conversations before, you know, then obviously I feel more comfortable walking up to you and just saying something. But other than that, I don't usually bother anyone. I just kind of, I just kind of, I'm just there. I'm just there. So I'm gonna say I disagree, but because I don't search for people to find out what their problems are. Clarified? Okay, cool. I rush into things. Neutral. Neutral. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's a so-so thing. It's neutral. I rush into things and regret it later, but I do it. I get stressed out easily. Let's see what that is. Stress? What's stress? Strongly agree. Strongly agree, strongly agree. If my soundboard was working, this would be a lot funnier, I promise. I keep others at a distance. It's getting too real. Strongly agree. I do. Like, I don't welcome them into my problems. So with that being said, I try my best to keep them out of it. Like, my actual personal issues. Like, what's going on in here? This shit, you don't want to know. But, like, general problems in my life that it's, like, that they can relate to, generally, yeah, I mean, I'll talk about it. But, like, my mental health and, like, going to therapy and stuff like that, I usually don't talk about that. I just don't. Unless I'm really close with you. So for those who watch me now, whether a VOD or you're live right now, if I come up to you and I talk to you about my mental health on a regular basis, you a real one. That's how you know. Because if you weren't a real one, I wouldn't be telling you, hey, I'm kind of having a mental breakdown. So, I try not to burden people with that. So I keep people at a distance, and then I regret it a little bit later. Like, I welcome them in, but then once I get like a little taste that they really don't really want to know about it. Cool. Should I put that? I think I'm gonna put agree, actually. Now that now that I actually went through that whole monologue. You got it? Okay, good, now throw it away. I still keep people at a distance. I do. I still keep quite a lot of people at a distance. But, I'm not full walls up. I don't even get close with Brandon, kind of thing. Brandon being my boyfriend. So, it's not like that. It's not that severe. But I do tend to keep people at a distance until I get closer to them and I know that, they actually do have good intentions and they're not actually trying to fuck me over. Then I kind of put some of my walls down, just a little bit off the top, Stupid analogy. We're moving on. I like to get lost in thought. Why are these lining up so perfectly? This is where the test is gonna start calling me out, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. I think I already spoke that enough for myself. Do I like to get lost in thought? That's what it's actually saying. I don't like getting lost in thought. I actually fucking hate when I do that, but I do it a lot. That doesn't mean that I like it. So I strongly disagree that I like getting lost in thought. I fucking hate doing it. I distrust people. Why is this lining up so well? Neutral. I give trust. I give a little sprinkle of trust. Once you fuck that up, you know the meme of, yeah, me. I know how to get things done. What does that mean exactly? Care to elaborate? Questionnaire? No? Okay. Let me knit some. Let me, and I'm crashing. Great. Perfect time for me to stop talking. And I'm back. But, I'm gonna knit a few stitches. That way I'm not just sitting here answering questions. I'm sweating. I'm sweating so much right now. You have no idea. It's causing so much friction in my yarn. It's not good. It's not good. I'm getting called out by a freaking personality test. What else should I have expected? Why would I expect anything else than to be called out on my shit? Duh. I know how to get things done. Neutral. I'm gonna go with neutral. Because I do know how to get things done once I learn how to do it. So it's neutral. I'm not easily annoyed. Disagree, but not strongly disagree. It's not super easy to get me annoyed, but it's also not hard to get me annoyed. But it's also not, like, in a neutral way. Like, it's still quite easy to get me annoyed. It's just not super fucking easy. So, disagree. I avoid crowds. Strongly agree. I can't stand them. I get claustrophobic. I do not enjoy going to art galleries or exhibitions. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's too big of a word. Sorry. I strongly disagree. I love going to art galleries. If I had the option to go to art galleries, well, I mean, I kind of do. There's an art museum, like, a few blocks away from my house. There's, like, a community art museum that the high school will, like, put their students' artwork in every now and then that I could very well just go to. I just don't. I enjoy them, though. I really do. The times that I do go, I really enjoy going there. It's nice. I sometimes am uncooperative. I hinder other people's plans. What a dick move. Sorry. Those who do that, I'm sorry. If it was me, I would call myself a dick. I'm sorry. I'm not calling you a dick, though. My apologies. I don't want to be misconstrued. If that's... I know that's a word, I just don't know if I'm using it correctly. I am not. I do not like hindering others' plans, so I'm a strongly disagree. I leave my bits and pieces and belongings around. In my own house, yes. Just out and about, strongly disagree. We're 20 questions left. I feel comfortable with myself. Neutral. Because again, sometimes I'm like, other times I'm like, I wait for others to take the lead. You read my mind. True. Strongly agree. I don't like leading. I don't understand people who get emotional. What? I am crashing so bad right now. Okay, I'm back, hopefully. Hello. I don't know how much of that got fucked up. I wait for others to take the lead. Just to recap, yes. I wait for others to take the lead. I don't like leading. I don't like it. I don't understand people who get emotional. Strongly disagree. I understand. I try to, at least. So, I don't have time for other people. What? I'm gonna go with disagree. Not strongly disagree, but I'm gonna disagree with that. I make time for people. That sounds very rude to me. So I don't agree with it. I sometimes break my promises, strongly disagree. I'm not bothered by difficult social situations. What would be a difficult situation? Like an actual, like, fight? Neutral. Neutral. It depends. Like I said, it depends. I react slowly. If I was a Pokemon, I'm not saying I'm slow. And I'm crashing again. Can I come back, please? OBS, please. Oh, dear God. We were doing so well. We were doing so well. I react slowly, was the statement. I'm not saying I'm slow. But if I was a Pokemon, I would be Slowpoke. I react slowly. Strongly agree. I'm attached to conventional ways. See, I don't understand these terms sometimes. I like how we're 2 hours into the stream and I have yet to move on to the next day. I'm talking too much. How dare I? I am sweating, I will say. This blanket is really toasty. I'm also wearing a black t-shirt and a black hoodie over said t-shirt. So, did I mention that I'm wearing a black tank top under the said t-shirt? That's also under this hoodie. So it kind of makes sense as to why I'm fucking sweating. Dumb. Okay, I'm gonna try to finish this row off. And then I will take little breaks. So once I'm done, we'll finish these questions and then see where it leads. Sorry if I got really quiet. I don't know if my frames dropped when I said I was gonna try and finish this off. I'm gonna try and finish off the March 30th day, and then we'll finish the quiz, and then I'll see what I can do. If I should start another day, or if I should just call it. Ah. The puppo is asleep. And she woke up. I mentioned that she's asleep and she's like, no, I'm not. I'm awake. Alright. We have officially finished March 30th. Whew. Alright. Let's see what we got here. So March 30th, we're gonna change the pattern here. I think I might try to see what I can do. Because it's a knit purl knit, and that usually goes by a lot faster. Let's see, the color is smoke, but it's like a blue, so it's like the 26 to 35, because the temperature was 34 degrees Fahrenheit that day, and the day that we are talking about is March 31st. We are on the last day of March, and I'm dropping frames as I'm talking. How bad was it? Maybe I should have my feedback. Oh god. As I say that, it's when it's getting really bad. Of course it is. I feel like I gotta sneeze again. Okay. Excuse me. That was a very long yawn. Yawn. And it's Google text to speech is like, what? But yeah. So, we're on March 31st now. It was 34 degrees Fahrenheit that day. It's gonna be a smoke color, which is going to be this right here. It's not gray, but it also is like a blue. For those who have never seen that color. Basically, this light blue color that's right in the middle here is that. It's that. But yeah, that's what we're on right now. But before we get into the knitting again, or if I just say fuck it and go to bed, let's finish these questions and then we'll talk about it later, okay? I am attached to conventional ways. Right, I got distracted off of that. Conventional ways. Someone who is conventional follows the usual and accepted opinions and ways of misbehaving, especially without questioning them. So I don't question. Hold on. I need an example. Okay. An example of conventional is a bride wearing white on her wedding day without questioning it. An example of conventional is the use of pesticides when growing fruits. Okay. I'm attached to conventional ways. I'm gonna say disagree. I disagree with that. I'm not attached to them. I mean, I respect some of them, but I mean, you know, things change. I always even the score with others. Like make it fair? I agree with that. Even the score. Yeah, actually, yeah. That makes basically making things fair for everyone. Yeah, I agree with that. I sometimes put little time and effort into my work. Sometimes. So I agree. Sometimes. Doesn't mean all the time. Because, like, once you get the hang of certain things, it almost becomes brainless sometimes. So yeah, sometimes I don't really put much effort into what I do. But, like, an example of that would be, like, packing boxes all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually you know what you're doing. You get the gist. It's kind of like brainless activity. You're not really... And you do it fast, effortlessly. You're not struggling to do it. That's what I mean by put little time and effort. When I mean, like, in disagreeing to that, my streams. I put so much effort into my streams. It's not even funny. This whole overlay here that you see, that was all me. I drew that and put the text on there. But I did that. I didn't pay someone to do it. I didn't find a free template. I kind of went on Pinterest, saw a few things that were inspiring me, and then I made it my own. That's a lot of effort. So I agree that I sometimes put little time and effort into my work, but that doesn't mean all my work, and that doesn't mean all the time. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with that. I am able to control my cravings. Neutral, because sometimes I really can't. I like action and danger. I disagree. I'm not interested in theoretical discussions. Hi. Hi, Emmy. I'm good, how are you? We are almost done with the personality quiz. It's 120 questions. We did one row, or we did one day, but I'm like, I need to finish this quiz, because that was kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to finish this. But I hope you're doing good. They're statements, and I'm reading them out loud, so for those who are joining in and listening to what I'm saying, it's gonna, at face value, it's gonna be like, it's okay. Wasn't asking, but okay. But I'm doing a personality exam. Why? Because why not? I am not interested in theoretical discussions. You know what? I'm gonna say disagree. The same as like, cause it asked if it said I'm not interested in philosophical discussions, and I said disagree because it's a discussion. If I don't have an opinion on it, I just say I don't have an opinion on it and we move on. I'm not saying like I don't want to talk about it. I never really say that when it comes to discussions like that. If it's just a discussion, then you're just talking about it. So I disagree that I'm not interested. I actually am pretty interested in what people think about it. But about theoretical discussions and examples, and I like to talk about my qualities. Neutral. Sometimes I really do. Other times I hate talking about myself. I've been doing that for 2 hours. Can you tell that it's getting old for me? I have difficulty starting tasks. I wouldn't say that I have difficulty in it, but I do have my days. So I'm gonna go with disagree, because I don't, it's very occasional that I have a hard time starting a task. 'Cause I'm very tired. I get very tired. So, you know, it happens. I remain calm under pressure. I want to say, in all seriousness, yeah, for the most part, I do remain calm. I look at the bright side of life. Yeah, actually, yeah, I do. And jokes aside, I joke about it all the time, but in all honesty, I do look at the bright side. I joke about it with my boyfriend all the time, too. It's a saying off a YouTube video. I said, me and him always say it. Sorry, I was having issues with my laptop, so if you said anything to me, I missed it. No, you're okay. I was just saying, like, hope you're doing good. I'm doing great. How are you? I perfectly understand with the issues with the laptop because my computer has been dropping frames so bad throughout the whole stream, but it hasn't been as bad as Thursday, so that's why we've been continuing. I hope you're doing good. What was I saying? Oh, the phrase that I was saying was like that me and Brandon use all the time is from a YouTube video, and it's a parody over an anime, so it's really funny. And we always say it. It says, "Hey guys, look at the bright side." What bright side? I don't know, but when we find it, we should look on it. we say that a lot. We rephrase that all the time. I mean, okay, maybe not all the time, but we do rephrase it quite a bit. Last 3 questions. Or statements that I'm supposed to agree or disagree to. I believe that we should be very tough on crime. Why is this a political thing? Is crime even political? We should be very tough on crime. I'm gonna go with neutral. I don't really have an opinion on stuff about that. Like, the only thing my thing is that if you clearly did something that is like not good for society and you're aware that it's not good for society and you did it anyway, yeah, you should probably go to jail. You should probably go. I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Sorry I'm asking. I was a guest on Stardew stream tonight, so I was just embarrassing myself. Oh, I missed it. I'm so sorry. That would have been so fun to see. I hope you had fun. Sorry you're asking. What do you mean you're asking? What were you asking? You don't have to apologize for asking how someone's doing. If that's what you meant. You don't have to apologize. I try not to think about the needy? What? What kind of statement is this? No wonder why it's at the bottom. Sorry I'm late. Oh. Okay. It's okay. I hope you had a great time on Star Shard stream. That sounds like fun. Oh my god, sorry, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. I try not to think about the needy. These questions, man, these statements or something else. I don't try to not think about them. This is a kind of like weird statement to say. That's a very, again, this is like kind of rude. Like, you ever try not to think about somebody? Well, I mean, I do sometimes. But not the needy. Like, what do they define needy? What does that mean? Everyone has their own, and I dropped frames again. Wait. There we go. Everyone has their own, like, version of what needy is. I don't know how to answer that. I try not to think about the needy. I'm gonna go strongly disagree. Because I don't try to not think about people. I don't usually do that. I act without thinking. Strongly disagree. I always think before I act. I don't need to answer your background questions. Please don't. I'm not telling you guys what these questions are. Because these are personal questions. I didn't want them to ask me these. From the US, I just said I wasn't going to tell you, and I did. Okay, this is it. Cool. I don't... Just give me my standard report, please. I don't need to pay you. Okay. I mean, there's always the VOD, but I was drinking during it, so it's probably super embarrassing, so I probably wouldn't recommend. That sounds like fun. Textual summary. Okay, the Big 5 personality test report. The Big 5 personality test offers a concise measure of 5 major factors of personality, as well as the 6 facets, hopefully I said that correctly, that define each factor. Factor scores give a broad global description of an individual. Facet scores describe in more detail the specific traits of personality that make up the global broad description. Okay. Openness to experience is 62%, which I'm in the middle. I'm in between traditionalist and imaginative. Practical and experimental. I'm kind of like in the middle. You're excited to see my test results? Thank you. I am too. I'm kind of curious. Go figure. Okay, so the five major things that they're using. Openness to experience. This is a big word. Conscientiousness. I said it right, apparently. According to my cool text-to-speech. I said it right. Extroversion. I probably said that wrong too. Oh wait, apparently not. Agreeableness and natural reactions. The highest I have is conscientiousness. Such a long, weird name. But the lowest I have is extroversion. So let's get into... Okay. So, describing a low-range scoring person with openness to experience is traditional, down-to-earth, practical, conservative, prefers traditional outlooks and technical problem solving. Describing a high range person is open-minded, experimental, prefers creative conceptual problem solving. I'm in the middle. I can go with either one. I'm very open to both. Sticking with the basics or adapting to change. I'm in between. Which, pretty accurate. Conscientiousness. Am I drunk? Wait a minute. I didn't drink anything. What was in my Mountain Dew? Basic work ethic, we're gonna say, is in parentheses of that. Work ethic. The lowest people who have like low score in that are spontaneous, disorganized, prefers flexible plans, dislikes precise details. Someone who has scored very high in it, disciplined, efficient, well organized, strong sense of duty. Very high scores could be described as workaholics. I scored high. Who would have thought? I have said this for 3 years that I think I'm a workaholic, and people are like, nah. Explain the test then. Right. Extroversion means the lowest one means reserved, formal, serious, quiet, prefers working alone, avoids direct leadership roles. Okay, the high one is outgoing, friendly, assertive, likes working with others, enjoys direct leadership roles. I scored low. I'm a workaholic. As long as you leave me alone. Really? I kind of disagree with this one. Because I feel like I am formal, quiet, and I avoid direct leadership roles. But I am friendly, I am assertive sometimes. When I need to be assertive, I will be assertive. And I enjoy working with other people. I just don't like bossing them around. I think I should be in the middle. I think it's just based on how I answered the questions. I was overthinking them a lot, so that's probably why it wasn't in the middle. So that one I'm gonna kind of disagree with. I should be in the middle. I'm not about to go back and tweak it though. So. Agreeableness. Oh. Uh-oh. Not good. People. Oh wait, no. Actually, that was wrong. It is good. It's good to me. Low score people that score low in the agreeableness means that they're hard-headed, they're skeptical, they're competitive, they prefer competition over cooperation. Okay? People that score high in agreeableness are compassionate, eager to please, good-natured, prefers cooperation over competing. I scored high. Makes sense. Natural reactions. If you scored low, it means that you're not easily upset in stressful situations, you're relaxed, you're resilient, you're calm. That means if you scored it low, by the way. If you scored high, you experience negative emotional reactions and feelings of anxiety, prone to worry, easily upset. Can you guess what I got? I got high. Now that I just said that, like, my brain was like, Jenna, how did you just realize what you just said? My score was high. I myself am not high. I'm probably slap happy because I'm tired. But I'm not high, I assure you. I've never been high in my life. And you can trust me on that. But anyway, I scored high on natural reactions, meaning that I experienced negative emotions. I experienced negative emotional reactions and feelings of anxiety, and I get easily upset. Oh wow, what an eye-opener. This really called me out. Let's scroll down, shall we? I was kind of hoping that it would tell me, like, maybe this isn't really a good test. It's a good test. It's a good test. I wanted to know, like, the scientific, like, terms that they have. You know, like the categories that they have. Hold on. ASMR away. Personality test. Yeah. The free personality, like the 16 different personalities. Oh, shit. How long is this question? How long is this questionnaire? Okay, we'll do the first page. If it continues on after that, I will not do it. We will do that on Thursday. Okay? That way we have something to look forward to. Okay, you regularly make new friends. Regularly make new friends. I'm gonna go towards agree, but not like all the way. I don't regularly make new friends. You know, I'm not gonna go into it. It's too late. It's too late. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Agree. Strongly. I spend a lot of my free time exploring topics that pique my interest. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Agree. I just simply agree. You often have a backup plan for a backup plan. Strongly agree. Absolutely. Didn't even have to hesitate. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I do, but under a lot of pressure, I'm neutral. At social events, well, no, I'm actually gonna go towards like a little bit agree that I do stay calm, but like the moment I have time to catch my breath, if you see me crying, just let it happen. Just let me have my moment. I will take a deep breath and move on. Kind of thing. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yep, strongly agree. 10%! Okay. That was only 10% of the questionnaire. Oh boy. Boy. I think I'm going to leave this for next time. I've been live for 2.5 hours. I need to go to sleep. I say that to myself, but now my brain is fully woke. It's so woke from the last quiz that I'm like, but my body is so tired, but my brain isn't. And the exact same thing happened yesterday, and I ended up staying up all night watching a compilation on Ink Master. I don't know. I don't know why I did that to myself. But I did. Okay. So, it looks like this quiz that actually has like the 16 different types of personalities, which was the one I initially wanted to do. I think this one might be a little shorter. It's not gonna be 120 questions long. So but I do need to go to bed. I haven't seen Ink Master. I haven't seen it live on TV either. I've seen like clips of him. It's like a competition. It's a tattoo competition, basically. Who's like the best at tattooing. And they make a bunch of challenges for them, like what style and what the topic is. They get people that are willing to get it tattooed on them. They come in and they're the canvas or whatever, and you're supposed they test you on like not only your skill but like how you treat your client. Basically, they test you on that too. Yeah, it's a very interesting competition. I watch clips of it. I don't think I would sit there and watch full episodes. I'd probably just watch the clips of it. Like Hell's Kitchen, I'd probably watch full episodes of that. I would watch full episodes of that. But Ink Master, I don't know. I'd probably watch clips, like a compilation. They're on YouTube, on the official MTV page. I think. Is it MTV? It was MTV. But yeah. I'll do that. I'll watch compilations of that. I'll watch compilations of Catfish. It happens, man. I won't watch the full episode. That's a little too much, what's the word I'm thinking? I can't think of the word right now. But yeah, we're actually I'm gonna bookmark this. That way we don't lose track of what we're doing. And I will do that quiz on Thursday when we knit again. Unfortunately, I only knitted one day. Oh yeah, Emmy, you missed it. So this is all the progress I've done. Ugh. There we go. So like this blue here, all the way up. That's what I did over the weekend. But yeah, and then this little strip of purple is what we did on the stream today. I usually do 2 days worth, but I was too busy answering 120 questions. So I didn't get to do 2 at the same time, but I got at least 1 done. So, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. I think what'll happen though is that I might continue knitting the blanket on the weekends, only on the weekends. That's the only time off stream that I'll continue knitting the blanket is over the weekends. That way we can get caught up, and then we can also continue to stay caught up. That's the goal here. The goal is to be caught up so that way, for example, Tuesdays and Thursdays I stream when I knit. So Tuesday I would be knitting Sunday and Monday. Or no, I'm wrong. So Tuesdays I would stream Monday and Tuesday, the days, the colors I need to knit for that Monday and that Tuesday. And then Thursday would be that Wednesday and that Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday and Sunday I can do over the weekend and then show you guys again on Tuesday. That's the goal that I want to do. But we're still kind of behind. So I think over this weekend we'll probably be caught up. And I'm excited! Finally! We've been like months behind. So I'm glad that we're catching up. But yeah. I'm unfortunately gonna call the stream here. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to stream The Sims. I forget what we did on The Sims, to be honest. Thanks for the stream. I didn't get to see much, but I had fun. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you stopped in and said hi. Let me see. Who can we raid? We will stream The Sims tomorrow. Hopefully my sister will be online, because it is her birthday tomorrow. Don't tell her I told you guys. But her birthday's tomorrow. The one that joins in on the stream and talks, her birthday's tomorrow. You're looking forward to The Sims tomorrow? I am too. Let's see if we can find anyone that's knitting. Yeah, Reaper. Reaper's sister. Reaper or Sylveon. Either one. They're the same person. Ooh. Ooh, Lioness is live. She's crocheting. I'll wish her a happy birthday if she shows up. Okay, super fun. Yay, we're gonna have a birthday stream. This is the second birthday stream that I've had. First one was Revy. Where is she at? She's like completely behind me. You can't see her. She's sleeping. But the first one was Revy. And now it's gonna be my sister's. It's too exciting. Wait, hold on. Unfortunately, Spoofy, I'm gonna have to pause you. Hi, Revy. Revy, say hi. Oh, she woke up. Say hello. He's like, what? I hope you have a great night. Let's see. We're gonna raid Lioness. Yeah, she just woke up, so she's like, huh? Alright, I will see you guys tomorrow with The Sims. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. On Thursday, we'll continue the knitting and the personality quiz. I'm going to bed. I am going to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Bye.